Hello again, and welcome back to another daily technical analysis video. In this video, we're going to be covering Ethereum. So previously, we've been discussing how the plays could potentially be, and we are towards the bullish side of things. Now, if I'm looking at the weekly, because we are going to be seeing a weekly close soon in the next 24 hours. If I remove the price action, we can see that the 10 EMA white is potentially, potentially is crossing above that 55 yellow. Now, I say potential because we need a proper closure of the next candle, so the next 24 hours, in order to see whether it's actually confirmed as to this cross. And if that occurs, then we are a bit more bullish towards the upside, because then the EMAs are lining themselves up for a bullish move. And not to mention that we are above the weekly pivot as well. If we do get that closure above here, what I could see is a potential retest, at least on the lower time frames, before pushing off to the upside. Now, it does seem like a good chance of going to the upside because of this double bottom that we have identified previously in a while now. Not only that, is obviously that bullish divergence as well, with not only is the price action flat and slightly descending, we have the RSI that is rising. Okay, so just given that, that's a bullish divergence. It's confirmed with this candle here, and now that this week is potentially closing above that those EMAs, again, we are potentially seeing more of a rise. Now, if we go to our daily time frames, I'm going to pull out that pattern that we previously discussed. We are still playing it out pretty well, pretty nicely actually. We did get that break and retest a couple days ago, probably last week, but as of right now, we are steadily rising. Right now, our main target is this daily the daily R3, which is also in confluence with this target that we made from the top to the bottom of this triangle. Okay, I just placed it over here where the breakout was, and this is the target we want to be seeing. $3,800 is where we are aiming for, at least on the macro time frame of things. Now, as of right now, we do have this close resistance, which is the daily R1. It's also in line with this the candle resistance as well, right? So that means there's a lot of supply here that has been not only provided support when it was at this range, but also resistance when it broke below it, right? We do see a lot of break and retest of it, so this level is what we want to be paying attention to as to how the price action does react into it. As of right now, we did close above this resistance right here, but we want to see how it plays out when it hits the daily and even potentially the upper side of this range. But this place is a critical resistance that we want to pay attention to. Now, even though there is resistance there, our momentums are still bullish. Right now, the 50 moving average is crossing above that 50 median line. I don't think it really means much, but what really matters is that this RSI is above that 50 moving average. And not only that, we still got a lot more room for this RSI to potentially come up to the bullish territory and beyond to the overbought territory. So there's a lot more room. Now, as for the stochastics as well, it is diverging towards the upside, which is very bullish. We have been slowly surpassing this bullish territory from 70 to 80, and we are potentially entering that overbought territory. But what it means is that we have more bullish strength, so we could definitely see more towards the upside. Now, one thing I do want to pay attention to is when we do hit this level and maybe the price action consolidates a little bit, we could see even or just a reset of the momentums in order for a further push up, and therefore that target above that we were aiming for. Now, let's see, is there anything we want to pay attention to as of now? Not really. Okay, yes, now I'm going to move on to the 4-hour time frame to see how things are working out. I'm going to quickly remove the daily for now and see what is going on. Obviously, we are in a steady uptrend, which is very bullish. Like you see the low, high, high, low, higher, high, high, low, higher, high, and so on and so forth, right? As of right now, we could be still, this was a bigger dip, but that was a break and retest of this day, the hourly R2, right? From here, got a strong volume facilitated along with this candle that broke above, and numerous retests of this level. So this is a pretty strong level of support we want to see held for the bulls in order to see that continuation towards the upside. This is kind of like an invalidation level. If we do break and have a strong closure below there, we want to be careful for deeper retracements. Now, one thing that I am concerned about is the fact that the stochastics has crossed back down the 80 level, and we are diverging towards the downside. It is a little bit more bearish, but do keep in mind it is still in that bullish territory from 60 and above, right? And what that means is potentially this is just a level for it to reset before pushing back towards the upside. And so the price action could take in a range here or even a triangle. There's not much to say as of right now because it could be just forming, right? I'm not too sure if this is the peak, so I cannot guarantee that as a level of to even consider, right? I mean, it could even be a flag. It doesn't look as clean. I mean, if we did something like this, we got 2 touches on the bottom with 1 here, so we could see potentially a rise up to there. Again, I can't say much because it's too soon. This is too soon into the pattern, but I do see that it's likely to be just what's it called, consolidating before breaking towards the upside, right? Consolidating right under that daily level that we've been talking about. Same goes for the RSI. It's a little bit choppy now, but potentially we could see a channel here. Okay, so we could play this as a channel. An RSI channel is a little bit choppy in the inside, but what we can see is support at the bottom here, and therefore steadily rising up towards the bullish territory and beyond. Now, one thing to be concerned about is that that 50 moving average is crossing down a little bit, but it's too soon to say anything, and that would just be itself. So we need more confluences. So as of right now, it just seems potentially moving sideways. So we want to play the range as it is. Okay. One thing I also wanted to show is that we previously broke out of this this Fibonacci channel. Let's cover this now. And we see we like potential retest here, and we could aim for the higher levels. But as of right now, it has been a little bit choppy around that top side of this range. So potentially, maybe we can redraw this actually. Maybe pull it up to the top. That's a possibility, right? We cover the daily. We see this. Obviously, respect to the bottom, and it's respect to the 0.775. So as of right now, if this is the top, we are just ranging around here. So this could be a range that we want to be playing for the channel, and therefore we could see a decline down to this level and a good confluence level of support. I mean, it's the hourly R2 as well as that median of this channel. If it is, I mean, given it's a range, it's not really guaranteed or anything, or a solid thing because it can fluctuate. And so if we just ignore that though, the EMAs are looking pretty bullish. Price action's moving up, but the EMAs are bullish as well because it's going and rising at the 2 o'clock angle and diverging away from, well, obviously the larger ones as well. So that's good. If we do get the 200 red crossing above the 377 blue, we can see more confluence towards the upside. Yes, we did say that this is potentially just a range or a consolidation, which I want to pay attention to. But inevitably, I'm looking for the upside to be played. That's about it for this, really. Like, you can play lower time frames, but we are sticking with the medium to higher time frames with the 4 hour and the daily. And with that being said, then we want to pay attention to this resistance level, and we're, again, still aiming for that $3,800. All right, that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. I hope you learned something from it. This is not financial advice, so tread carefully. Anyways, cheers. See you in the next video.